No more rants. It's time to get constructive. This is supposed to be a non-sarcastic message to you, Mr. Trudeau, our country's leader. How did it get this far? I want to give you the benefit of the doubt and make the following assumptions. You want to strengthen the Canadian nation. You want to do the right thing. Justin, it's hard being a leader. I sympathize, whether it's a country or a small business like mine. You've got people counting on you to make their lives better, to change things. You've got so many good things going for you. You've got your personal brand down pat, good image, beautiful family, charming and enthusiastic personality, and I admire that. You're putting Canada on the map with your celebrity status. So I want to try to see things from your perspective. You have many problems and challenges to contend with. So you break your team's desire to strengthen our country down into challenges and problems that you and your team can pick away at. Each successful project will hopefully move you closer to the grand vision. I would imagine that one of the problems you identified was revenue. You need more of it. There's bills to pay and debt payments to make, and I get that. I'm a small business owner. So you and your team dig in, you brainstorm, you start throwing around possible solutions. You solve problems by spending your time coming up with solutions, right? So if you have back pain, take an aspirin. That is one quick solution. So you decide we have a revenue problem. So you go after some revenue while maintaining consistent with the Justin brand. Tie it to fairness and equality, the middle class, taking from the rich to make the lives of the middle class more fair, not better, just fair. And you may even believe these very subjective motives because who wouldn't go for equality and fairness? You may even start telling yourself that you're doing the right thing, and it's hard doing the right thing sometimes. And people aren't always going to support that. I cannot be apologetic to core principles like fairness and equality. I mean, that's what people expect from me, right? And on it goes. So about this time, after seeing the backlash and you and your parties facing over this, you might be asking yourself, like, did I really understand the core problem before I proposed this solution? Am I solving my back pain or just masking the pain? Have you been doing more explaining, debating, clarifying, selling than listening and collaborating? Are you getting defiant and unapologetic? Einstein said if we had 1 hour to solve a problem, he would spend 55 minutes understanding the problem and 5 minutes solving it. So what if we used Einstein's philosophy and tried to understand the problem? Is it a revenue problem or something deeper? Is the back pain my problem or do I have a slipped disc? I would ask lots of questions like, are we as productive as a nation as we could be? I know if my business isn't productive, all the new revenue or business we get will not matter if we can't service that business properly. So in fact, it's just a matter of time before we implode because we haven't addressed our core problem. So I would research the problem. I can't fix what I can't measure. And by the way, you can't measure tax fairness and equality. But I need a benchmark to measure Canada's productivity against other countries. One of the best metrics for measuring a nation's productivity is gross domestic product per working hour, or the amount of value we are able to deliver as a country for every single hour worked. This metric takes size out of the equation so I can compare with my peers, apples to apples. Canada's $52 per working hour, $67 in the US, and $91 in Northern Europe. So we're at half of Northern Europe, even though we are the richest country in the world in natural resources. So ding, Canada has a productivity issue. So the revenue problem is just a symptom. My back pain is just a symptom. The slipped disc is the problem. So okay, now we know the problem. So we know Northern Europe is almost double ours, so we know we have the potential to double our productivity. We have a bar we can measure against. Could you imagine a nation, number one in productivity, that's also rich in natural resources? Full vertical integration. We could be the richest country in the world with the right strategy. So let's talk about strategy. What if, instead of shaking the tree to get the low-hanging fruit, we plant a whole orchard? It'll take a little longer, but anyone can understand this analogy, and as long as people understand your purpose clearly, they will follow and they will even make sacrifices for the bigger purpose. So instead of targeting the biggest driver of our economy, which is small business, we harness its power. We actually do the polar opposite of your current proposal. The structure that's in place now is actually pretty good. So no need to throw out the baby with the bathwater. Instead of putting sugar in the gas tank, let's put some nitro in there. Reward higher growth levels. Actually give the incorporated small business owner tax breaks at the higher levels of income. Give them something to really shoot for. So with growth comes a need for capacity, and to increase capacity, this newfound capacity the business owners are striving for, they will need to hire people and pay them. Worried that these people will complain that their bosses are getting favorable income tax treatment? Hang on. These people have a job and are damn happy they have it. And if they're really pissed off, they will go open their own business with their own fire to do better. Either way, we all win. Meanwhile, the country is starting to get stronger. Productivity is improving. No one is complaining about lack of fairness and tax equality because prosperity is starting to happen. People are excited, and there's nothing more fair or equal than that. In fact, they're feeling something greater than a subjective ideology that politicians talk about, but most people really don't understand or frankly care about because there's exciting work to do, and everyone is experiencing wealth. So now the foundation that you laid down has turned into a hot money-making engine. People are working, your tax base is bigger than it's ever been. So there's your orchard of fruit instead of low-hanging, rather dried-up fruit you were going for before. It's juicy, it's ripe, and the trees just keep on giving. And you may even be able to reduce taxes for the middle class, or hell, everyone, because everyone's part of its plan, and no one was pitted against each other. In fact, as a nation, we grew closer, and we will remember the brains behind this plan for all time. You would go down in history as the first politician that truly understand how to inspire and make long-lasting change to a hungry nation. It's not too late, Justin. In fact, people respect leaders who aren't afraid to show their vulnerability. They respect leaders they can relate to, human ones, leaders who can make mistakes but are never too stubborn, proud, or unwilling to put anything above their true purpose. Your vulnerability will make you stronger. You have a majority government, and you can do what you want here. You are the boss. But a man that can back down from this and try again, wiser and stronger, I can get behind a leader like that. So please, slow down, and let's work together as a nation. You are not alone, Justin. The Canadian people are an inspiring people. Give them the chance to inspire our nation. Thank you.